Hey, have you ever wondered what would happen if those beloved childhood shows took a dark turn? Let me tell you about the day I watched what seemed to be a lost episode of the Magic School Bus. But this was nothing like the educational adventures we grew up with. It started normally enough. I found an unmarked VHS tape at a garage sale, labeled only with MSB Special Episode in faded marker. Being a huge fan of the series, I couldn't resist bringing it home. The episode began with the familiar theme song, but something was off. The audio was slightly distorted, and Ms. Frizzle's usual cheerful expression seemed frozen in an unsettling smile. The title card read, "The Infinite Ride." The class was going on what seemed like a regular field trip, studying the concept of infinity. But as the bus transformed and entered what looked like a wormhole, things got strange. The usually vibrant colors began to fade into muted grays and browns. The children's excited chatter turned to worried whispers. Ms. Frizzle's normally quirky personality became increasingly erratic. Her eyes had an unusual gleam, and her explanations about infinity became more obsessive. "Children," she said in an unnaturally calm voice, "today we're going to learn what forever really means." The bus kept traveling deeper and deeper into the void. Hours seemed to pass in minutes. The students began to panic when they realized they were passing the same cosmic landmarks over and over. Arnold's usual "I knew I should have stayed home today" took on a desperately tragic tone. Dorothy Ann's scientific observations became increasingly frantic as she realized they were stuck in a temporal loop. Phoebe stopped saying, "at my old school," because she began to forget what her old school was like. Time was losing all meaning. What really chilled me was when Carlos tried to make one of his signature puns, but halfway through, his voice just trailed off. The look of defeat in his eyes as he realized they might never return home was heartbreaking. The episode ended with the bus still traveling, the children's faces pressed against the windows, watching the same stars pass by for the 1,000th time. Ms. Frizzle's final words still haunt me. "Isn't infinity fascinating, class? Now we have all the time in the world to study it. All the time in the world." The screen faded to black, but not before showing one last shot of the bus, now empty except for Ms. Frizzle, still driving with that same unsettling smile, surrounded by seats filled with nothing but school bags and forgotten lunches. I tried to find information about this episode online, but it's like it never existed. Sometimes I wonder if I imagined the whole thing. But then I remember that haunting final scene, and I know it was real. These days, when I hear the cheerful theme song of the Magic School Bus, I can't help but wonder, what if some field trips were never meant to end?